In the world of sports manga, few series capture the pulse, the thrill, and the pure adrenaline of high school basketball like Kuroko's basketball. On the surface, it's a shonen manga filled with flashy dunks, incredible players, and impossible plays. But dig deeper, and you uncover a character-driven story about teamwork, perseverance, legacy, and what it truly means to be great. What if I told you that the most important player on the court was the one no one saw coming? This is the story of Kuroko Tetsuya, the invisible ace, a player with no presence, no scoring power, and no ego, and yet the one who brings true unity to every team he touches. Created by Tadatoshi Fujimaki, Kuroko's basketball first appeared in Weekly Shonen Jump in 2008 and ran until 2014. It was an instant hit, blending traditional sports tropes with near supernatural abilities. It carved its own path in a genre dominated by titans like Slam Dunk. But where Slam Dunk focused on gritty realism and character growth through fundamental basketball, Kuroko No Basketball went the opposite route, stylized, fast-paced, and with characters whose skills bordered on the superhuman. Each match in Kuroko no Basuke unfolds like a carefully choreographed sequence. The way Fujimaki slows down time during a pass, a fake-out, or a climactic dunk creates a level of tension reminiscent of battle manga like Bleach or Naruto. Symbolism through basketball. The games act as battlegrounds of ideology. Aomine represents talent unrestrained. Midorima represents the extreme of perfectionism. Akashi represents total control. Kuroko symbolizes balance through humility. Each match becomes a philosophical duel, not just a scoreboard race. Though grounded in sports, Kuroko's basketball borrows from traditional shonen battle structure. Characters unlock new forms mid-match, the zone, Emperor Eye evolution. Special moves have names and transformations. Rivalries drive emotional and character arcs more than championships. Kuroko as a subversive shonen protagonist. Most shonen protagonists, Naruto, Luffy, Goku, grow by powering up and asserting their will. Kuroko's strength is the exact opposite. He disappears to become more effective. He passes instead of scoring. He uplifts others rather than outshining them. This makes him one of the most philosophically unique protagonists in sports manga history. He's also a reminder that sometimes real leadership is invisible. Sometimes the greatest strength is letting others shine. The story starts in Seiren High, where a new team aims to reach the top. Their secret weapon? A freshman duo, Taiga Kagami, a brash power forward just returned from the US, and Kuroko Tetsuya, a seemingly talentless invisible boy claiming to be the phantom sixth man of the legendary Teiku Middle School. Teiku, home to the generation of Miracle's 5 prodigies who completely dominated the middle school basketball scene. Each player had unparalleled talent, but after graduating, they went to separate high schools, disbanding the greatest team ever seen. What happened at Teiku? Why did Kuroko leave? And why does Kagami, with all his raw potential, need someone like him? This is the mystery that unravels throughout the manga, with each arc peeling back layers of their past while pushing Seiren forward through brutal, high-stakes games. Seiren High's rise begins not with domination but with strategy, team chemistry, and the right balance of offense and defense. Kuroko, the ultimate support player, specializes in misdirection. He's a shadow meant to support the light. In this case, Kagami, whose physical gifts are reminiscent of an NBA prospect. Together, they challenge former teammates of Kuroko one by one: Kiseryuta, the copycat genius; Midorima Shintaro, the sniper with 100% accuracy; Aomine Daiki, the streetball phenom who's too good to play with others; Murasaki Bara Atsushi, the towering defensive wall; Akashi Sejuro, the emperor with eyes that predict your every move. Each match isn't just a game, it's psychological warfare, revealing each character's past trauma, pride, and worldview. Individual talent versus team play, pride versus humility, legacy versus growth. To understand Kuroko's basketball, you must understand the generation of miracles. These are no ordinary rivals, each embodies a philosophy of basketball, and each was shaped by their time at Teiku. Aomine Daiki, the ace who lost his love for the game. Once Kuroko's light, Aomine was the best, so good that no one could challenge him. That isolation drove him into a deep loneliness. His arc is about reigniting his passion, learning that winning isn't everything, and rediscovering joy through competition. Midorima Shintaro, precision and pride. Hyper-rational, obsessed with luck and astrology, Midorima believes in perfection through practice. His sniper shots from full court defy belief, but his arc is about accepting reliance on others, especially Takao, his playful but loyal teammate. Kiseryuta, the talented copycat. Kise can mimic anyone's style, but his journey is about forging his own identity. From a pretty boy model to a determined leader, Kise evolves into one of the manga's most balanced and relatable characters. Murasaki Bara Atsushi, the lazy titan. Towering and physically dominant, Murasaki Bara plays because he's good at it, not because he loves it. But deep down, he respects effort and values those who challenge him. Akashi Seijuro, the emperor. Perhaps the most complex, Akashi has two personalities, one kind, the other tyrannical. His emperor eye sees all weaknesses. His arc explores themes of pressure, parental expectations, and what happens when power isolates a genius. And then there's Kuroko Tetsuya, the invisible heart. Kuroko's strength lies in his humility. He doesn't care about scoring, he wants others to shine, but beneath his calm demeanor is immense emotional strength and a desire to change the game from within, to prove that teamwork can win against raw talent. Each member of the generation of miracles represents an extreme interpretation of what it means to be a genius. Kise talent without self-identity, Midorima skill without flexibility, Aomine power without joy, Murasaki Bara size without purpose, Akashi leadership without empathy. Kuroko exists as a counterbalance to each of them. The backstory of Teiku is one of the darkest sections of the manga. It explores how dominance without challenge breeds arrogance, how the pursuit of victory at any cost can fracture bonds, how isolation affects prodigies, especially when they're told you're too good to care. Kuroko's disillusionment at Teiku marks his transformation. Winning is meaningless if it costs you your friends. It's a brutal, honest take on youth sports and the pressure of expectation. Their arcs aren't just rivalries, they're redemptions. Kise learns individuality. Aomine finds fun again. Akashi finds harmony between his dual personalities. Fujimaki transforms the sport into a metaphor for identity, adolescence, and emotional healing. The court becomes a stage where trauma is expressed and resolved. Every game is a chance for characters to confront their past selves. Every matchup is a mirror of values: humility versus pride, freedom versus structure, friendship versus isolation. While Kuroko no Basketball exaggerates for dramatic effect, it's grounded in real basketball dynamics. Kuroko's style resembles Jason Williams or Steve Nash facilitators who control tempo through passing. Kagami is modeled on LeBron James with flashes of Derrick Rose power, explosiveness, and emotion. Midorima's game reflects elite shooters like Steph Curry with more rigidity. Aomine's moves mirror Kobe Bryant's isolation and street ball style footwork. The final games of the Winter Cup are legendary, especially Seirin vs Rakuzan. Kuroko faces Akashi, his former captain, and the embodiment of everything he left behind. It's more than just a game, it's a philosophical showdown. Akashi controls teammates like chess pieces. Kuroko inspires his teammates to think for themselves. The match pushes everyone beyond their limits. Kagami taps into the zone, a metaphysical state of ultimate focus and power. Kuroko unveils new techniques: vanishing drive, ignite pass kai, and ultimately, support from the shadows becomes visible, a metaphor for the acknowledgement of his importance. In the end, Seirin wins. But the victory isn't just on the scoreboard, it's emotional closure. Akashi reconciles with himself. The generation of miracles reunite not to dominate, but to play again, for fun. So, what makes Kuroko no Basuke different from every other sports manga? Stylized abilities with emotional roots. Unlike Slam Dunk or Haikyuu, where realism rules, Kuroko leans into shonen fantasy. The zone, Emperor Eye, and impossible passes work because they're metaphors, tools to express internal conflict and transformation. Underdog with a twist. Kuroko isn't your typical underdog. He's not untalented, he's just different. His strength lies in making others better. He doesn't want to be seen, and that's what makes him powerful. Psychological duels. Each match isn't just about points, it's about ego, memory, trauma. Every game is personal, a shifting spotlight. The manga doesn't center only on Kuroko. Supporting characters shine. Rival teams feel fully developed. We cheer for them. We want all the players to find growth. Themes of redemption and unity. Kuroko wants to bring the generation of miracles back not as teammates but as friends. He doesn't seek revenge, he seeks healing. Since its debut, Kuroko's basketball has become a cultural phenomenon. It spawned a wildly successful anime adaptation, multiple films, light novels. It redefined how sports manga could look, bringing in a more dynamic, almost superhero-like presentation. More importantly, it introduced a new kind of hero, the selfless player, the one who's okay with not being in the spotlight because the goal isn't fame, it's connection. Why fans love it? Incredible payoffs. Every match builds with setups and payoffs that reward attention, multiple points of view. Even rivals like Akashi, Aomine, and Kise get moments of vulnerability, character development through action. You learn who someone is by how they play. Relatable core message. You don't have to be the star to change the world. Kuroko's basketball is more than a flashy sports manga. It's a layered story about youth, pressure, selflessness, and evolution. Kuroko's basketball reminds us that greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes the greatest players are those who pass the ball, who set the screen, who trust others to finish the play. Kuroko didn't want to be the best, he wanted to change the way we see teamwork, and in doing so, he changed the game. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Who's your favorite Generation of Miracles player? Until next time, keep your eyes on the court and never underestimate the quiet ones.